you said you were going to compensate the WASPy women, and they're the ones who feel they've been hard done by on state pensions. But I don't see, I've got your grey book here, the costings for it. I don't see any sign of how you're going to pay for that.
I've got a grey book here if you want.
Yeah. No, I've got yours, that's fine. Where do you pay for it?
It's, first of all, let's deal with the issue.
No, I know the issue, and I understand
but you might,
the issue.
But I'm not sure all our viewers
But
do.
I'd like to know where you go. Let's assume it's a great issue, and you're right. How do you pay for it?
It's a moral case. Those women...
How do you pay
Those
for
women were shortchanged by government, shortchanged in 2011 by the change in the pension rate. I met a group...
I'm accepting that, Mr. Corbyn. I'm asking you, it costs 60 billion.
Andrew, can I
How
explain?
do you pay for it?
Can I explain why?
No, I'd like you to explain how you pay for it.
Let me explain why.
Explain how you pay for it. That's my question.
Let me explain why.
Explain how you pay for it.
We'll pay for it because it has to be paid for.
But how?
It has to be paid for. It's a moral debt.
How will you pay for it?
It's a moral debt that's owed to those women.
Will you borrow?
Often between £30,000 and £50,000 has been wrongly taken from them.
I understand that's your case. That's not what I'm arguing with you about. I'm arguing to say, how will you find the money? Now, will you borrow for that?
Had a court case gone the other way, the government would now be having to do it. What we're saying is we will do it. We will do it by paying for it from government reserves, and if necessary, because it's not all going to be paid in 1 year, we will have to borrow in the long term. But I just
you would borrow for
can I finish?
But you would borrow for current spending.
Andrew, I realise your
words.
determination to find out about this. Can I explain?
Well, I would like to find out if you'd answer the question. You would borrow the 60 billion.
Andrew, it's going to be paid for to a specific cohort of women.
I don't know it's going to be paid for, Mr. Corbyn. It's £60 billion. It's not in your grey book. So are you going to borrow for it?
We will.
It's the only way you can pay for it.
We will raise the money for it, either from reserves or, if necessary...
We haven't got 60 billion of reserves, Mr. Corbyn.
Andrew, as I was explaining, it doesn't all get paid in 1 year.
Okay.
It is over some years that it's paid for. And I just think we should just think for a moment. This is a group of women.
You've given that case, Mr. Corbyn, and there's other things I want to go on with. You've given that case.
And we will make sure they are compensated.
You just can't tell me how you pay for it.
I can. I've just told you that we will pay for it through either government reserves or, if necessary, borrow
Where
to do it.
does the government have 60 billion of reserves?
I didn't say it did have 60 billion of reserves. But
all right, well, it comes out at about, what, 6-7 billion a year? Where do we have these reserves?
It doesn't all have to be paid in 1 year.
It has to be paid over a period of time.
Probably over
What is the size of our reserves at the moment?
It's nowhere near that figure,
right,
of course.
Exactly.
And you're right on that, but it doesn't all have to be paid in 1 year, and it will be an additional cost that should have been factored in to budgets in 2011.